Welcome back to the catch up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch. She is Cris Cyborg. Cris, how are you? Great to talk to you in 2022.
Yeah, I am great, James. I went to Brazil, miss my family, spend time with Dan, and have a Cyber Nation too. The event was great. And coming back, new battery, recharge for back again, new year. Yes.
Yeah, that's great to hear. How long were you in Brazil for people who might not know?
I went to Brazil to my family in Curitiba. I was Christmas over there, and then we have the Cyber Nation event too. And there's very great fights. My brother is the promoter. And I stayed there 2 weeks, very quick. I visited Verdun too. I went to his place, meat place, visiting is very cool. And yeah, short time, but quick, but nice to see all the people we love.
Yes, and obviously a lot going on to kick off the new year. We don't have a UFC event until next week, but a lot of news going on, including yourself. I know Scott Coker did an interview recently, and it seems that Cat Zingano is going to be the next opponent for you. Is there any update on that? I know we're hearing some rumors, but that looks like the next opponent for you.
The Cat Zingano, she's in the field, in the division 145. He's a girl. She's beat a lot of girls. Amanda Nunes. I think it's gonna be a very great fight. Let's see what's gonna happen. For Scott say. He said, okay, you just say yes, keep it, work hard and wait the opportunity.
For sure. And it seems like some of those Bellator cards are filling up. I guess just, whatever comes available. Do you have any idea of when that could take place? Because I know you said you're pretty much ready to fight whenever.
I'm ready. I've been training, and we always have to be ready for training. And they will know when Scott Cook said, Chris, you want to fight this day? I'm ready to go.
There we go. And of course, Jake Paul making headlines once again, making some demands with Dana White and highlighting fighter pay to Jake's credit. What did you make of all the tweets? I saw you, tweeting some stuff as well. But what did you make of Jake Paul's challenge to Dana White?
The challenge Jake Paul did, Dana White didn't answer every question did. I think he touched very great points. If you think about Team Silva, everybody knows the heavyweight fight in the UFC before. And he broke his arm. Everybody watches, broke the arm. And then after 10 years, he's have to do another surgery. And the UFC don't pay for that. He have to pay himself. I think you have a lot of things have to change the sport. Especially we do a lot for the sport. And, if it's some injury mess up in the future, it's okay. You have to, who's going to handle it or help handle it? I think it can be just responsible for the fight. I don't know. A lot of things, I think the sport is new. I think a lot of things going to change. I think Jake Paul put Dana White in the situation, have to answer and see what's gonna happen. It's a great point, great point he's doing, and I don't think he's gonna see him too soon at the UFC, because then I'd have to do a lot of changes for make work. But I think he's touched a lot of points. I think he's a side of the fighters. Maybe some people don't agree, but I think he's a very good point, and I think he's just try to make the fighters in a better situation.
Well, it's certainly interesting because we haven't had anyone as high profile as Jake Paul talk about fighter pay. And of course, Jake can say whatever he wants because he's not with the UFC. So we'll see if anything comes out of it. But you're right. Dana didn't really address those points. So we'll see sort of what happens from that as far as Jake's challenge to Dana. And then, of course, Dana had his response. So a lot sort of going on. But sticking with boxing, I know I asked you this, it seems like all the time, but I imagine, boxing is something that I know you've been interested in. Has there been any sort of update on that with Showtime, especially with their relationship with Bellator?
The last time I talked to Adi, a manager, I talk about the boxing. I think maybe they just keep doing the MMA for now. And when the opportunity boxing come, it's going to be open for sure. I've been training, but for sure, this is the one thing he's going to continue, Fox to do. But I think he say just Fox MMA for now for a little bit.
And you mentioned off the top being away in Brazil, but we did have a really interesting grappling event for Fury FC over the holidays, which was really exciting. Some really big names involved in there. Did you happen to watch the event? Did you catch some of the names that were on there competing?
I didn't watch it, but I know Rose was going to compete. And then after change, we got COVID, the Carla getting to her place. I don't have the opportunity to watch the fight. I just saw some clips. And I saw you can, I don't know in Portuguese, in English, but you say Batistac, like to the person, and she's cut a lot of fight. I think it's nice opportunity for the girls, from the UFC, you can compete in grappling. Maybe you can see me, Julianna Pena in grappling. I think
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's a fighter. I believe that choke she did, we fell out the hooks. This is I'm gonna defend for sure. I know. I'm trying to see what happened that day, but I believe it's a great match too. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing with grappling, right? That no promotions are involved, so you can.
I don't believe Dana White let us should do that because Misha think the last interview she said, Dana White said you cannot do wrestling
Grappling, yeah.
Cris Cyborg, Misha said that it's.
Yeah, no, for sure. And so if Julianna, if you're watching, Chris is interested. So the ball's in Julianna's court at this point. Something interesting I just found out recently is that you're actually going to be attending that PAWC all women's event that's taking place in Alberta. For those who don't know, there's some really big names on the card, Sarah Kaufman being one of them. It's basically a Canada or, international versus, Brazil card that's going on. Tell us how this came together with you being involved with the event.
I'm going to do the appearance in the event. I was very happy, going to Canada, your place, yeah?
That's right. Yeah, next door, next province next to mine, which is great in Alberta.
Yes,
so
it's very nice because have some girls come to our event in Brazil. We did one event, one October Pink in Brazil, and some girls going to go to fight in this event. It's going to be only girls, it's very nice. Before when I start training, just have me and somebody else, training, no girls training, no women's MMA or only event. And they make me really happy, be present over there, be the presence in the event. And happy, Sarah Kaufman too is a good friend of mine. She's a huge name, big name. She's legend, in the sport. I don't know, a lot of people don't know her, but she really fight Valentina. And she lost for Valentina for split decision. She's a very great fighter. Maybe you guys check it out the event. It's going to be great. You can get a pay-per-view, and you watch together. You're going to see me there. I'm going to be a commentator. And I think we're going to be a great fight.
Yeah, it's really awesome. And you kind of touched on something there, and I wanted to expand on that. Have you been able to kind of look back on your career and see what you've accomplished and how much the sport has grown with women's MMA? We know Invicta is, the longest running promotion with women's MMA. There's been a few other events as well, including yourself doing all women's events. But how exciting is that to see this become more of a common thing where you have cards that are just with women fighting against each other?
No, the first thing, I always fight for the women's MMA. I always want to fight for more divisions for the girls. Always for better sport for us. This is not just about thinking myself. I was never thinking about selfish. I always think for getting better for another opportunities. I have a daughter. I want to make better sport for who come next, and it makes me really happy. See a lot of events just women's, and it's very nice. Very nice to see when they do seminars. Sometimes have more girls than guys.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. It's really amazing. You will make me really happy. My heart really happy. I know the sport is gonna grow more and more, and it make me happy with my mate. Just make the difference and change a lot of things.
Before we get out of here, we got to do our Portuguese saying of the week. Now, I know we're a few days late on this, Chris, so I know some people are going to get upset because typically you say Happy New Year. I think within the first couple of days, we're on, January 4th at the time we're recording this, but we'll do it anyways because, this is how the show works. And so how would I say Happy New Year in Portuguese? How would I do that?
Feliz
Ano
Novo.
Novo. Feliz Ano Novo.
Yes, good.
There we go. There we go. First try.
It's still good.
There we go. So if it's midnight somewhere and I'm in Brazil or something, you got me covered now. I know how to say it, right? So there we go. So that's perfect. Yeah. Always got to mention the premium service here on the program. So if you're watching this, obviously you're familiar with CrisCyborg.com. The premium service, I mean, come on, people. Less than a cup of coffee. You get complete access to exclusive content, the Q&As that take place every month, and a lot of really other good stuff. Anything on the horizon on CrisCyborg.com or anything you want to mention before we wrap things up here?
I just have to say thank you for the support of our fans and happy birthday for Bitcoin.
That's right.
And I just want to thank you for all the support. Soon we're going to have the news of my next fight. Guys, don't miss the event January 15th. I'm going to be in Canada. If you guys are around, show up, we take a picture together. If you're not around, get on pay-per-view and watch the fights. It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
You.
And thank you guys for watching. Just quickly before we get out of here, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We do the show every Tuesday. Any topics you want us to discuss, hit us up. And Chris quickly mentioned Bitcoin. Just a reminder, you can use Bitcoin on CrisCyborg.com as well. That's another big feature.
Yeah, today is the 5th. Today is the 4th.
4th, exactly.
Yeah. If you follow Cris Cyborg and you follow Edge Wallet, we're going to give you some Bitcoin. You're going to be 10 people. We're going to pick 10 people and it's going to be announced tomorrow. So we still have the opportunity. Follow Edge Wallet, follow me, and you're going to be opportunity to get us some Bitcoin.